This is Recipe for Sleep, a podcast where we dust off very old cookbooks and let them lull us into dreamland. I'm Erin Brindley, a chef and storyteller, and I share my own recipes and stories on my Think Salt Substack, which you can find a link to in the show notes. This is our 20th episode. Last episode, we cracked open the doorstopper, 1894's The American Pastry Cook, and didn't even get close to the recipes. Just read a few of the long, sometimes hilarious, sometimes very dry advice essays at the beginning of the book. Instead of picking up where we left off, I want to make sure our 20th episode is more of the traditional Recipe for Sleep flavor. Just little recipes that are like little poems. So we're returning to the AA Cookbook from 1895, which is just that. Familiar dessert recipes from the Edwardian era. We jump right into desserts and eventually make our way to sauces and donuts, which will still leave us with half of the AA Cookbook to visit later. I think for our 21st episode, we'll return to the American Pastry Cook. But meanwhile, let's drift into the sweet, almost meditative practice of listening to old recipes read aloud. Put away anything you were doing and snuggle deep into your sweet covers. Imagine the kitchen of your mind. There are two cupboards there. Yesterday's cupboard, for all the things that have already happened that your mind wants to chew on. And tomorrow's cupboard, for all the things you're going to do or what's going to happen later. It's time to put everything away in those cupboards. Imagine closing each one. You made it to this cozy, quiet time of day where there's nothing to do but listen to me read to you from the AA Cookbook until you drift off to sleep. Desserts. 109. Apple frosting pudding. Grate 1 large apple and sprinkle over it 1 cup of sugar as you grate it to keep it from turning dark. Beat into this the white of 1 egg and beat it for ½ hour all the time. Heap this up in the middle of a glass dish and pour a custard around it. 110. Apple pudding steamed. Fill a small dish with sliced tart apples. Steam 10 minutes. Make a crust of 1 pint flour, 1 tablespoonful lard, 1 teaspoonful cream tartar, ½ teaspoonful soda, 1 cup milk. Place the crust over the apple. Steam ½ hour. Then turn from the dish and put a little sugar and nutmeg over the apples. Serve with a sweet sauce. 111. Apple tapioca. To ½ cup tapioca, add 1½ pints cold water. Let it cook until clear, stirring often to prevent burning. Add ½ cup of sugar. Flavor with nutmeg. Pare and core 8 tart apples. Place in a deep dish, and over them pour the tapioca. Bake until apples are soft. Serve cold with cream and sugar. 112. Apple dumplings. Pare and core as many tart apples as you wish. Make a rich soda biscuit crust. Roll out pieces of crust, 1/2 inch thick, and cover the apples with them. Put in a large pan, 1 cup water, 1 cup sugar, butter size of an egg. Place the dumplings in this and bake a light brown. Take the liquor that is left in the pan, add more water if necessary, and thicken with 1 tablespoonful of cornstarch dissolved in cold water for a sauce. Other sauce may be used. 113. Apple porcupine. Make a syrup of 1 cup sugar, 1 cup water, 2 or 3 sticks of cinnamon. Boil slowly, 10 minutes, skimming well. Pare and core 8 or 10 apples. Cook in the syrup until tender. Arrange 6 of them in a mound on a platter, leaving the others to cook soft. Pour the soft apple over the mound of apple. Cover with the whites of 4 eggs and 1/2 cup powdered sugar beaten to a froth. Blanch 20 almonds. Cut each half lengthwise into 4 pieces and stick them into the frosting, points up. 114. Apple snow. Stew some sour apples in a little water until soft. Sweeten to taste and pour into a deep glass dish. Over this, pour a custard made of 1½ cups milk, 1 egg and yolk of another, 2 heaping tablespoonfuls sugar. Beat up the white of 1 egg with 1 tablespoonful sugar and heap lightly on the custard. 115. Blancmange to please the children. 1 pint milk. Set the dish in a kettle of boiling water. 2 tablespoonfuls cornstarch moistened in cold milk. Salt and flavor. When milk boils, add cornstarch and stir until it thickens. Pour into a wet mold or dish. To 1 pint milk, add 1 tablespoonful cornstarch, 1 egg, salt, and a different flavor. Pour on the first layer. To another pint of milk, add 2 tablespoonfuls cornstarch, 1 square of grated chocolate, and a pinch of salt. Pour over second layer. Cool 1 layer while another is being made. Serve with milk and sugar. 116. Boiled custard. Put 1 quart milk in double boiler. Beat together 1 egg and the yolk of another, 3 tablespoonfuls sugar, 1 tablespoonful cornstarch, and stir into the milk when it is hot. Cook until it thickens. When cool, frost with the white of the egg and 1 tablespoonful sugar. The 2 eggs may be used in the custard. 117. Chocolate custard. 1 quart milk, 2 eggs, 2½ heaping tablespoonfuls cornstarch, 1 tablespoonful grated chocolate, 6 tablespoonfuls sugar. Heat the milk almost to boiling. Beat the eggs Add the cornstarch and work it until free from lumps. Then add the sugar and chocolate. Wet with milk enough to thin so it can be poured. Pour the whole into the hot milk and stir until it thickens. Cool a little and pour into custard cups. 118. Charlotte Russe. 3 eggs, yolks and whites beaten separately. 1 cup sugar with the yolks. 1 cup flour. 3/4 cup water. 2 teaspoonfuls baking powder. Bake in a deep pudding dish. Filling: 1 pint cream, half box gelatin dissolved in half pint milk. Heat the milk after the gelatin is dissolved. Cool and beat with the cream. Sweeten to taste and flavor. Split the loaf of cake and put the lower half in the pudding dish which it fits. Put in the cream and cover with the other half of the cake. Put on a soft icing. 119. Coffee blancmange. Half box of gelatin dissolved in half cup of milk. When thoroughly dissolved, add another half cup milk. 1 large cup strong coffee heated to the boiling point. Half cup sugar. 2 eggs well beaten. Pour into a mold or dish. Serve with whipped cream and sugar. 120. Coffee jelly. Half box gelatin dissolved in half pint hot water. Stir this into 1 pint strong coffee boiling hot. Add small cup sugar. Strain into mold while hot. When cold, remove from the mold and serve with whipped cream or milk and sugar. In summer, gelatin desserts must be put on ice, or they will not harden. 121. Cornstarch pudding. 1½ tablespoonfuls cornstarch. 1 quart milk. 1 egg. A little salt. 4 tablespoonfuls sugar. Heat the milk nearly to boiling. Add the cornstarch dissolved in a little cold milk. Then the egg. Let it boil up once or twice, stirring briskly. Flavor to taste. 122. Cottage pudding. 1 cup sugar. 1 cup sweet milk. Half cup melted butter. 1 egg. 2 small tablespoonfuls cream tartar. 1 teaspoonful soda. 1 pint flour. Bake 3/4 hour. Serve with sauce. 123. Cracker pudding. 1 egg beaten. 3 tablespoonfuls sugar. 2 cups milk. 3 milk crackers rolled. Pinch of salt. Nutmeg and raisins. Bake and serve with butter and sugar. 124. Another cracker pudding. 18 crackers soaked in 1 quart milk until soft, then bake 3/4 hour. Sauce. 1 pint water thickened with 2 tablespoonfuls cornstarch, 1 cup sugar, small piece of butter, flavoring. Remove from the stove and stir in 1 beaten egg. 125. Cranberry pudding. 1 well-beaten egg, 1 cup sweet milk, in which dissolve 1 teaspoonful soda, 1 heaping teaspoonful cream of tartar sifted and mixed with 2 cups flour and a little salt. Add 1 cup cranberries. Steam 1 1/4 hours. Serve with sweet sauce. 126. Chocolate pudding. 2 cups milk, 1 square grated chocolate, 1 cup sugar. Put in double boiler. And when hot, thicken with 2 tablespoonfuls of cornstarch dissolved in ½ cup water. Flavor with vanilla. Steam small pieces of dry cake. Put in a deep dish and pour the custard over them. Serve cold. 127. English pudding. ½ cup sugar, ½ cup butter, ½ cup sour milk, ½ cup chopped raisins, ½ cup molasses, 2 cups flour, 1 teaspoonful soda, ½ teaspoonful different spices. Steam 1 1/2 hours. Serve with English pudding sauce. See recipe page 39. 128. Fig pudding. ½ pound figs chopped fine. 1 cup suet chopped fine. 1 cup breadcrumbs. 1 tablespoonful sugar. 3 eggs. 1 cup milk. Cinnamon and nutmeg to taste. Steam 3 hours. Serve with sauce. 129. Fruit cream. Beat sweetened cream stiff. Rub through a sieve any kind of fruit, as strawberries, peaches, etc., and mix with the cream just before serving. 130. Graham pudding. 3 cups graham flour, ½ cup melted butter, 1 cup molasses, 1 cup sweet milk, 2 eggs, 2 teaspoonfuls soda, 1 cup raisins, nutmeg, cloves, cinnamon and salt. Steam 2 1/2 hours. Serve with sauce. 131. Hasty pudding. Put a little salt into boiling water and sift Indian meal slowly into it, stirring constantly. Take care not to get it too thick. Serve with milk and maple syrup if desired. 132. Huckleberry puffs. Sift 1 pint flour, a little salt, and a 1/4 teaspoonful soda together. Add 1 beaten egg and sour milk enough to make into a batter. Into well-greased teacups, place 3 layers of batter, alternating with 2 layers of huckleberries. Put into steamer tightly covered, and steam half-hour or more. Serve with sweetened berry juice or sweetened cream. 133. Lemon jelly. Soak 1 box gelatin in 1 quart hot water and stir until gelatin dissolves. Into this, squeeze the juice of 5 lemons and add 1 cup sugar. Strain, put on the stove, and let it boil 10 minutes. Strain again and put into dish to cool. 134. Ice cream number 1. 1 quart milk, 3 eggs, 4 heaping tablespoonfuls sugar. Put milk in double boiler, and when it is scalded, stir in the sugar and eggs. Stir until it is as thick as cream when cold. Flavor and freeze. 135. Ice cream number 2. Whip and flavor the sweetened cream and freeze it. In winter, stir in fresh snow instead of freezing it. 136. Indian pudding. Scald 1 quart milk. Wet 1 cup Indian meal and 3 tablespoonfuls wheat flour in cold milk, and stir it into the boiling milk. Add 1 cup sugar, 1 teaspoonful cinnamon, and half teaspoonful salt. Pour the batter into a 2-quart dish and fill with cold milk. Mix and bake slowly 4 or 5 hours. Skim milk makes the best pudding. 137. 1 quart milk. When it boils, add 1 beaten egg, into which half a cup milk, a little salt and flour have been stirred. Thicken with more flour and serve hot with milk and sugar. 138. Mountain Dew pudding. 3 crackers rolled, 1 pint sweet milk, yolks of 2 eggs, and a small piece of butter. Bake half hour. Beat the whites of the eggs to a stiff froth. Add 1 cup sugar and pour it over the pudding and let it brown. 139. Orange pudding. Cut 4 large oranges into small pieces and sprinkle 1 cup of sugar over them. Make a boiled custard. See recipes page 31. And when it is cool, pour over the oranges. Good with or without frosting. 140. Orange baskets. Take as many oranges as desired and cut them the round way, just in the middle of the orange, excepting 2 places about 1/4 inch wide on opposite sides. Then cut this narrow strip the other way, so as to have perfectly round baskets with a handle. Remove the pulp. Fill these baskets with orange jelly and place green leaves with them when served. To make the jelly, soak half box gelatin in half cup hot water until dissolved. Add 1 cup sugar, the juice of 1 lemon, and the 3 oranges, and 1 cup boiling water. Strain, and when partly cool, turn into the baskets and set on ice. 141. Peach pudding. Fill a pudding dish with whole peeled peaches and pour over them 2 cups water. Cover closely and bake until peaches are tender. Then drain off the juice and let it stand until cool. Add to it 1 pint sweet milk, 4 well-beaten eggs, 1 small cup flour with 1 teaspoonful baking powder mixed into it, 1 cup sugar, 1 tablespoonful melted butter, and a pinch of salt. Beat 3 or 4 minutes and pour over the peaches. Bake until a rich brown and serve with cream. 142. Peach cottage pudding. Stir sliced peaches into a batter made of 1/2 cup sugar, 3 tablespoonfuls melted butter, 1 beaten egg, 1 cup milk, 1 pint flour, 3 teaspoonfuls baking powder. Bake in loaf and serve with hard sauce. 143. Poor man's pudding. 1 cup chopped pork, 1 cup chopped raisins or any dried fruit, 1 cup molasses, 1 cup sour milk, 3 cups flour, 1 teaspoonful saleratus. Steam 3 hours and serve with warm sauce. 144. Popcorn pudding. Roll 1 pint of freshly popped corn. Add to it 1½ pints milk, 1/2 cup sugar, 3 eggs well beaten, a little salt, and nutmeg. Bake like a custard. 20 minutes ought to be sufficient. 145. Queen of puddings. 1 pint white breadcrumbs put into 1 quart milk. Add 1 cup sugar, yolks of 4 eggs, the grated rind of 1 lemon, 2 tablespoonfuls butter. Bake. Spread over the pudding a layer of jelly. Beat the whites of the eggs to a froth. Add 1/2 cup sugar and spread over the pudding. Brown slightly. By Mrs. J. Ripley. 146. Raspberry charlotte. Butter a pudding dish and cover the bottom with fine breadcrumbs. Add bits of butter. Put over this a layer of ripe raspberries and sprinkle well with sugar. Continue until your dish is full. Bake 1/2 hour with cover on it. Remove cover and brown. Serve hot with cream. Use half the quantity of crumbs that you do fruit. 147. Rice pudding. Stir into 1 pint boiling milk, 1 cup cooked rice, 1/2 cup sugar, the yolks of 2 well-beaten eggs, a little salt, cinnamon, and nutmeg. Boil all together, stirring constantly until it thickens. Remove from the stove and stir in gradually the beaten white of 1 egg. Frost with the other white. 148. Shortcake. 1 quart flour, a little salt, 1 tablespoonful shortening, 2 heaping teaspoonfuls baking powder, milk enough to make a dough that can be rolled. Bake. Split open, spread with butter, and fill. 149. Apple shortcake. Stew sour apples until very soft. Spread over bottom layer of shortcake. Cover with top layer. And spread with apple. Sauce. Cream 1 cup sugar and 2 tablespoonfuls butter. Add nutmeg. Over this, pour 1 pint of boiling milk, which has been thickened with 1 heaping tablespoonful of flour. Stir well together. If you do not care for the sauce, mix sugar and spice with the apple before filling shortcake. 150. Blueberry shortcake. Take canned berries. Drain off the juice. Use the juice with a little milk to make sauce like that for apple shortcake. Spread shortcake with the berries and serve hot. 151. Orange shortcake. Spread the shortcake with oranges, cut in small pieces, and sprinkle well with sugar. 152. Strawberry shortcake. Spread the shortcake with mashed berries and sugar. Pour cream over it. 153. Snow pudding. Half box gelatin dissolved in 1 pint boiling water. Stir all the time until dissolved. 2 cups sugar and juice of 1 lemon. Strain and put on ice until it thickens. Then add the whites of 3 eggs, beat well together, and put on ice. Serve with whipped cream or a custard made of the yolks of the eggs. 154. Steamed rolls. 1 quart flour. 2 teaspoonfuls cream tartar. 1 teaspoonful soda. Water or sweet milk to make a batter. Roll out 1/2 inch thick and spread thickly over with any kind of fruit, preserve, or jelly. Roll up same as jelly roll. Place in a cloth and steam 1.5 hours. Leave the cloth loose so the pudding can rise. Serve with sweet sauce. 155. Steamed pudding. 1 cup chopped suet. 1 cup chopped raisins. 1/2 cup molasses. 3 cups flour before sifting. 1 cup milk. 1 teaspoonful saleratus. Steam 2 hours. Serve with sauce. 156. Strawberry dumpling. 2 cups flour. 1/2 teaspoonful baking powder. 1/2 pound beef suet with skin removed and chopped very fine. 1 cup water. Place flour sifted with baking powder in a bowl. Add suet and water. Mix into a dough. Line 6 greased cups with the paste rolled thin. Nearly fill with strawberries. Sweeten and cover with the paste. Put in stew pan with boiling water to reach halfway up the cups. Steam 3/4 hour. Turn into a dish. Sift sugar over them and serve with sauce. 157. Sweet apple pudding. 1 pint scalded milk, ½ pint Indian meal, 1 cup molasses, salt, 6 sweet apples cut into slices. Mix and bake 5 hours. 158. Tapioca cream. Cover 3 tablespoonfuls tapioca with water. Let it stand overnight. Pour off the water and put it into 1 quart of milk over the fire. When it boils, stir in the yolks of 3 eggs, 2/3 cup sugar, pinch of salt. Stir until it thickens. Remove and frost with the whites of the eggs. 159. Tapioca pudding. 1 cup tapioca, 2 cups cold water. Soak overnight. Then add 2 cups sugar, a little salt and nutmeg, and steam 3 hours. Over it, pour 1 quart milk, 3 eggs, 1 cup sugar, and bake 3/4 hour. A small piece of butter and raisins may be added. 160. Tutti Frutti. Dissolve 1/4 box gelatin in 1 pint of boiling water. Add the juice of 1 lemon and 1 cup sugar. When cool, strain into a glass dish. Peel 1 orange, tear it in sections. Take out white fibers and seeds and put in the jelly. Also, slice into it 1 banana. Set on ice to harden. 161. Vanilla snow. Cook 1 cup of rice in a covered dish to keep it white. When nearly done, add 1 cup cream, a pinch of salt, the beaten whites of 2 eggs, and 1 cup sugar. Flavor with vanilla. Pile in a glass dish and dot with jelly. Serve with cream and sugar. 162. Pudding sauces. Creamy sauce. ½ cup butter, 1 cup powdered sugar, 3 tablespoonfuls cream or milk. Beat butter and sugar to a cream. Add milk or cream slowly. Place in a dish in boiling water and stir until smooth. Flavor. 163. English pudding sauce. ½ cup butter and 1 cup sugar beaten to a cream. Add the yolk and white of 1 egg beaten separately, 1½ cups boiling water, and flavor with vanilla. 164. Hard sauce. ½ cup butter and 1 cup fine sugar creamed. Put on plate and grate nutmeg over it. Keep it cool. 165. Molasses sauce. 2 cups molasses and 1 tablespoonful butter boiled together. Flavor with 1/4 teaspoonful each of ginger and cinnamon. Serve hot. 166. Orange sauce. To 1 tablespoonful cornstarch, add 2 tablespoonfuls sugar, juice of 2 oranges, and half pint water. Stir over the fire until it boils. 167. Sauce. Butter, sugar, and a little flour beaten together. Pour boiling water over them. Add 1 tablespoonful vinegar and flavor with lemon. 168. Substitute for cream. Boil 3/4 pint milk. Beat the yolk of 1 egg and 1 level teaspoonful flour with sugar, enough to make very sweet. Stir into the boiling milk. Let it cool and flavor. 169. Spice sauce. Boil 3/4 pint water and 1 cup sugar 20 minutes. Remove from fire and add 1 teaspoonful each of mace, clove, and ginger. 170. Vinegar sauce. 1½ cups sugar, 1½ tablespoonfuls flour in a little water, 2 tablespoonfuls vinegar, 1/4 grated nutmeg, and pinch of salt. Over this, pour 1½ pints boiling water and boil 10 minutes. When you remove it from the fire, add 1 dessertspoonful butter. 171. Lemon cream. Dissolve half box gelatin in 1/2 cup boiling water. Add the juice of 4 lemons and 1½ cups sugar. Strain, and when cold so that it begins to thicken, add 1½ pints cream whipped until it is stiff. Pour into a mold and set on ice. Coconut or pineapple cream can be made by using, instead of the lemon juice, 2 cups of grated coconut or 1 pineapple shredded. Donuts. When anything is to be cooked in fat, it must be hot enough to brown a piece of bread while you count 40 clock ticks. For dough, count 60. Always have plenty of lard. Anything fried in a little will be full of grease. The same lard may be used many times if strained and clarified with a few pieces of raw potato. 172. Apple fritters. Slice tart apples. Make a batter of 2 eggs, 1 cup milk, salt and flour. Add the apples and drop by spoonfuls into hot fat. Fry a rich brown. 173. Baptist dip. Roll light dough very thin. Cut with a small biscuit cutter or in squares with a knife. Fry in hot lard to a light brown. Remove with a wire spoon and place in colander to remove fat. Prepare milk or cream gravy as for common toast and immerse the cakes. 174. Buttermilk donuts. 1 cup buttermilk, 1 teaspoonful soda, half teaspoonful cream tartar, nutmeg, 1 cup sugar, flour enough to roll out. Cut out and fry in hot fat. 175. Crullers. 3 cups sugar, 2 cups milk, 1/3 cup butter, 4 eggs, 2 teaspoonfuls soda, 4 teaspoonfuls cream tartar, lemon to flavor. Mix butter and sugar, then yolks of eggs beaten, and whites of eggs. Add milk and flour alternately. 75 crullers. 176. Grandma Ripley's crullers. 2 tablespoonfuls melted butter, 4 eggs, 3 tablespoonfuls sugar, nutmeg, flour. Roll thin and fry. 177. Donuts, number 1. 1 cup milk, ½ cup sugar, pinch of cinnamon, salt, 2 heaping teaspoonfuls baking powder, and flour to roll. Cut in strips, twist, and fry. 178. Donuts, number 2. 1 cup sugar, 1 cup sweet milk, 1 egg, 2 teaspoonfuls baking powder, nutmeg, flour. Fry in hot fat. 179. Sour milk donuts. 1 cup sugar, 1 cup sour milk, 1 egg, 1 teaspoonful soda, ½ teaspoonful cream tartar, nutmeg and flour. 180. Mrs. Chauncey's nut cakes. Take a pint basin. Put in it 1 cup of cream. Fill the basin with buttermilk. Add 1 cup sugar, 1 egg, ½ teaspoonful soda, and flour. 181. Raised donuts without milk or eggs. 1 cake yeast, 1 quart warm water. Stir to a batter with St. Louis flour in the afternoon. Let it rise until very light. Add 2 cups sugar, 1 cup lard, nutmeg, and 3 large mashed potatoes. Stir stiff enough to roll. Cut out in the morning, lay on a cloth, and let rise again. Take what you wish to fry at one time, put on a plate in the oven until very warm, then fry in hot fat. 182. Raised donuts. 3 cups milk, 2 cups sugar, 1 cup melted lard, 1 cup distilled yeast, 2 eggs, nutmeg. Let it rise overnight. Mold. Let it rise again. Cut out and let rise until quite light. Turn once so they will rise evenly. Then fry in hot lard. Sweet dreams.